Update. I'm only now just realizing I got a new phone recently and the audio is different from last time. Last time being the last time I had a phone. So the audio has been a little bit janked and I apologize, and I will definitely put that in the beginning of this video when I edit it. Yeah, I apologize for that. Don't know how I'm gonna fix that. I'm playing around a little bit with the settings, but yeah, that's embarrassing. Sorry about that, folks. I will fix that. Don't worry. Now I'm wondering, should I wear like my least sexy bathing suit or my sexiest bathing suit? I don't know. I don't wear two pieces. I only wear one pieces. I do love this one a lot, but this one, I don't want any creeps and weirdos to look at me. So I'm just gonna try these both on and then we'll decide. Because you know what? This is my video. And today, it's about this. Be right back.
A few moments later.
It's me. Yes, I have decided to go with my ugly one because, again, I don't want creeps and weirdos to look at me. I say that as I'm literally in the bathtub in a bathing suit. Okay, so, you know, I take a lot of inspiration from other YouTubers, obviously, and I think that you should if you're doing videos like this. And my favorite YouTuber of all time is the one, the only, the uncrowned queen of YouTube, Miss Jenna Marbles. That woman made me the woman I am today. She made me everything I am and more. And I thought she was the coolest person. She was also a woman that made it feel okay to swear a lot and be raunchy and have fun. That's a lot of what I try to do in life. And it's also what I'm trying to do in my videos a little bit. I'm not trying to be her. No one will ever be her. I know Brittany Broski came close and I love her. I love her. She is also a huge inspiration for me. Again, I have no idea what the flow of my videos are. I have no idea what exactly I'm making. I am trying this thing where all I know is that I love to talk, want to talk about stuff all the time, and I have a lot of opinions about just like normal stuff. Not even normal stuff. I have a lot of rants. 'Cause I'm a very angry person inside. I have a monster, like I mentioned in my last video. Comes alive inside of me sometimes. Yeah, I'm doing this video as like a, well, I said I was gonna do a second one, and now I'm here. So, yeah. Do I have to pee? No, I'm good. I'm deciding that I'm good. Now, I mentioned earlier that I have a 0/low waste journey that I am on, and this is a part of it. Basically, it's when you try to reduce your waste as much as possible, and I'm removing some hair from this because I shed like a dog. Listen, if I've never been in your house, you will find that I have been because there's hair in it. It's my hair. My hair is covering every single part of the planet currently. So if I've never been to your house and you find a hair that doesn't look like yours, it's mine. So this is a soap sock, and basically instead of getting large plastic bottles, you get this little soap sock here. You put your soap in it and you lather it up, and it's like an exfoliating sock. So it saves also your soap. So yeah, I use this to exfoliate my skin, and I'm just gonna scrub the shit out of it. Scrub the shit out of my skin. Oh, sometimes what I like to do in the bath, actually every single time I take a bath, is, I don't know if you can see me sweating. I like to take what I call lobster baths or lobster showers, where I will have it at an ungodly heat, like most women, and sit there until I can't breathe. And I'm not joking, that is actually what happens. Sometimes my bath will be so hot and the room will get so steamy because of course I forgot to open the window or open the door, and I just leave it all to steam, and eventually it gets hard to breathe and I can feel my insides cooking. That's when you know it's a good bath. I come out look like red like a lobster because I'm getting cooked like a lobster. Because my body can't decide whether it's hot or cold, so I like when the environment chooses for me. Oh, you know what else I wanted to talk about? fucking AI. Yeah, I'm definitely part of that demographic that's like, fuck AI and everything it stands for. Here's the thing. Gen AI is, I think, the worst thing that we've ever done, and it's going to bite us in the ass very, very soon, especially in terms of the law. I get little kids asking at my job if what we do here is AI. It is not, little boy. And it's always boys. It's always boys, I noticed. Just something I noticed. So I hate when I do that. I hate when I space out like that, because I'm like, there are some people in this world that keep me on earth, as I like to say. I don't know if that's dissociation. My glasses keep sliding off. But I remember like being a little kid and just spacing out. I'm not having an out-of-body experience. I'm not seeing my body from the outside. Like sounds just, they almost disappear, or it just like melds into one. So I can't definitively say that me spacing out like that is dissociating. I've always just said it as spacing out, daydreaming, just being in my own little world, as everyone around me said. But I'm just looking at something and just there's a thought in my brain and it's stuck there, and I'm just ruminating on that, and it feels, it's buffering. Really, literally like it's buffering. And I was just looking up there because my eyes were trained on that spot for some reason, so. There's a lot that I don't understand about my own brain, and there's a lot that I don't want to know. I don't see my disability as a superpower. I see it as what it is, a disability. And here's my point with AI. So my entire life, my entire school life, people have always said the exact same thing, which is, you need to break everything down into chunks. I don't know what the fuck that means. When I look at something, when I looked at an assignment, everything is important at once. That's why I could barely take notes for tests. My dad would look at me like, the entire page is highlighted, and I'm like, yeah. They say, highlight the important parts. Where? Fucking all I know, this is all important to me. So yeah, I've never understood that concept of like take things step by step. You know, we were fortunate enough to have nannies growing up. I know not everybody does. And they had the task of helping me with my homework. That was a requirement, or a written requirement, I believe. Help Tara with her homework specifically. That's when you know, when you're a kid and you see something like that, you're just like, wow, I really am a huge dumbass. It really didn't make me feel very highly of myself. Also, something I want to clarify is I will repeat myself a lot, and I don't know why I do that. It's just something that I've done for, I don't know, as long as I can remember. I feel like I noticed it in my first video because I said I'm an actress 3 times. Girl, we know. You told us, we know. What was I saying? Oh, AI. Fuck. Oh my god. See, everything is connected. Every single thing is connected. Everything is important. I cannot decipher what is important and what is not. I don't know how to reach the point without enough context for the person to understand. Okay, fuck AI, and I'm ashamed to admit this. I did use ChatGPT to help me with breaking things down into chunks and with times and like breaking for dinner and in realistic things. Because for self-tapes, sometimes there were times when I had 3 tapes due in one night. I did not know which one to do first, because here's another thing about me. I have no idea how long something will take me. Sorry, I had to fix that. I had just added more hot water, so you're definitely gonna see me turn into an actual lobster, and I'm already sweating. I used ChatGPT to actually help me create a plan on how to do my self-tapes because I could not figure out how to do it on my own. And it doesn't matter how small or short a self-tape is. You know, I have no idea how long something will take me. I really have no idea how to time myself properly. That's just not something that I was ever able to learn. What the fuck do you mean you can't do something so basic? I remember when I was in university, my guidance counselor did exactly what ChatGPT did, because obviously humans can do more. And I saw her do exactly what ChatGPT did. This is before ChatGPT was a thing. And concept of time also completely non-existent. And she did exactly the same thing, and I looked at it and I looked at the chart. She was like, yeah, spend 4 minutes on this, spend 9 minutes on this, and take a break here. And I'm like, oh my God, you're a genius. Because my brain just does not see that. It does not compartmentalize at all. It can't. Because again, to my brain, the overwhelm is just like everything is swirling around. I remember when I was in high school, I had to do an essay on like Shakespeare or something. And I genuinely thought to myself, because I was having such a hard time with the requirements of the assignment and about the essay, because you have to know how to write a thesis and like a header or a footer, whatever the fuck. I remember we were given sheets of like, you do this first, you do the middle first, and then you do the top, and then you do the bottom. And I was just so confused the whole time. I was like, I understand none of what you're telling me. Like, this is not working. And I remember I was so desperate to try to figure this out and trying to figure out how to make my brain understand what was being asked of me from this assignment that I debated making my bedroom wall into like a dartboard, but with different characters from the play. Because again, I was just so confused. I was so confused and so desperately trying to find a different way for me to learn. And I commend my creativity. I commend my drive to try my best to figure it out. Eventually, I was like, I have to ask my mom. I have to ask my mom for help because like, and my mom, God bless her, and she did help me and I did get a good mark. And I've said this other times in my life, it is really not hard to explain something simply. I read this thing in my creative writing class that was like, it's basically keep it simple, stupid. You don't need a thesaurus and you can make something simple. Just get to the fucking point, and which I can't do. Ever since then, whenever somebody, if I know something or like how to do something and someone is like, how do you do this? I am able now to go like, do this, do this, do this. Don't overcomplicate things. I'm not trying to get them to learn on their own. I'm not trying to get them to piece it together like you do with kids. I'm just like, just tell me what the fuck to do. That will make me learn, okay? Don't give me the complexities. Don't give me any of the extra shit. I don't want to know the history. I don't want to know the reason why something is the way that it is. Just show me how to do it in the simplest way possible. Just show me how to do it like there. I can't explain it, just there. Like it's there. You do it like this. No, well, you take over this because, and this is the bit. No, don't do that to me. I'm getting heated, literally and figuratively. I have a lot of opinions, and again, these are my opinions. And y'all are allowed to disagree with me as long as you're nice about it. Please be nice about it, because I'm a very sensitive being. I'm so glad I'm not in school anymore. I do not miss school. Oh my God. There are some people in this world that are really built for that kind of environment. I am not one of those people. I never was. I never will be. And most of the time, while I was in school, I wanted to shove my head in a meat grinder. I used to fantasize about being hit by a car on my way to school. Actually, it got pretty bad sometimes. Because when you're made to feel, and even sometimes told that you're just stupid, like why would you ever want to learn? Why would you ever want to learn? You wouldn't. Because if somebody makes you feel that way, you're like, I'm not gonna waste my fucking time. I'm only gonna focus on what my strengths are, because I've learned from experience that if I just keep trying to do something that I know I'm not good at and I know I really struggle with, math truly traumatized me for life. I think I'm being pretty serious when I say that. Math traumatized me for life. It wasn't until I got to high school and I was finally in a class, it was locally developed, and I had my teacher, I'll call her Miss Knight. She was the one, math became my favorite subject for the first time in my life because she explained it well, and I was in a class of 5 people. Oh, the joys of learning. It's tough because like, I don't want to hate learning. I never did. I wanted to love learning. But the fact is that, there were just so many barriers to entry, it felt like. Wanted to be good at school. I wanted to love school because I love to read. But like, I was just sick of feeling stupid. I was just sick of feeling like I was stupid all the time. And I used to cry all the time, talking about how I'm not smart. And I think that really goes to show like how much I wanted to be good at school, and I just wasn't. And that loss, it felt like a grief almost. It felt like grief, what I was feeling, like the loss of what I could have been. That's why I say that I don't think of my ADHD as a superpower, and I think it took a lot away from me. People say all the time, like, oh, ADHD people are creative. You have to be creative. And yeah, I think I am creative, but I don't think that's because of my ADHD. I think it's because of me. Like, I think I make myself creative. I think that I'm creative because I couldn't be good at school, and my brain would just come up with these stories and these daydreams all the time. And that's how I kept going. That's how I coped with the fact that I couldn't be what I wanted to be, which was, I would have loved to be a veterinarian, to work with animals. But, you know, there's a lot of math and there's a lot of science involved, and there's things like you make one mistake and a patient's dead. I wanted to be a newscaster. I wanted to be a scientist. I wanted to be so many things. And all of those things I feel like were taken away from me because of my disability. So at least with acting, I can fully be myself without anybody realizing it. And I can also just, and again, I know it sounds like I'm bitching, and maybe I am, and I think I am just a little bit. But at the very least, I know I'm a good person, or at least I try to be, and I can still do things. And me taking a break from acting and taking a break from self-tapes right now, I think that's giving me a chance to just like kind of see who I am outside of that. I have my little kid dream of like making it to the Oscars and being on TV and being in shows and being in movies and all that stuff. And I don't want to necessarily give up on the dream, and I don't want to let her down, but I just also have to think about me, and I have to think about like actually me, you know, like I have to think about what I'm doing. And I want to enjoy myself without the nagging feeling of like, oh, you could be applying to gigs right now. Like this could be an opportunity for you. And guess what? Get rejected every time. Such is the life of an actor that I chose. Yes, I chose this because I do love it. I do love it so much. But it started to become more of a burden than an enjoyment lately. And I'm kind of grappling with that because that's also a loss. That's just been a part of my journey so far. I still am so terrified of the future. And I know, like, you know, my high school self would be really proud of me if she saw that I live in my own place. She'd be annoyed that I'm still on the bank of mom and dad right now. And she'd be annoyed that there's bugs and mice sometimes, and that the rent's so fucking expensive. But I digress. I think I'm gonna be okay, because there are so many times when I'm just like, I'm not gonna be okay. I'm not gonna succeed. I feel hopeless. I feel helpless. I feel whatever. And my mom she always just says, yeah, you'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. You're gonna be fine. I want to see more candid conversations like this. Just know that, like, if you related to anything at all that I said in this video, I hope that you found comfort at least a little bit in this video. And I do want to end on a positive, being like, you know the phrase, you can't love someone until you love yourself? That's such a bullshit fucking slogan, because that is not true at all. So many people hate themselves, but then they find their partner and they're like, I love you to the ends of the earth. From the moment I met you, from the moment I saw you, from the moment I laid eyes on you, I talked to you, I have loved you more than I have ever loved anything in my life. And my body knows it. Even my body knows that it loves you. And I've never felt this way towards anything or anyone in my life. And it's you. I don't know what it is about you, or maybe I do, but all I know is that I've never once loved myself, because every single thing that I hate about myself, whenever I look at you, it disappears. Because when you look at me, all of those things melt away, and I feel good. Not just like I feel good, it means I feel good, like I can be good. And I can be me. Because maybe me isn't so bad after all. That's what you do for me. So the saying, I don't think, should be, you can't love someone if you don't love yourself. I think the saying should be, you can't care for someone if you can't care for yourself. And caring for yourself means like emotionally as well. One day, your partner might be in a situation that they've never been in before, but you have been in before. You will have no idea how to take care of them when that happens, because you can't, maybe you can be there for them, but you can't pull them out, and you desperately want to, because you know what it's like to be there, but you are also still in there. So now you're just suffering together, and neither of you can get out. And guess what happens? It crumbles, it falls, it fails. So you cannot care for someone if you cannot care for yourself, because you don't know how. It's not necessarily, I don't think it's necessarily a matter of not wanting to. It's a matter of not knowing how. And you have to talk to someone who knows how to do that. And it might not be the exact same as yours, but you have to at least give theirs a try, and don't automatically shut it down, because you never know. You have to actually believe in it first. Does that make sense? Does any of that make sense? So if you have someone in your life that you love very much, or you want someone in your life that you love very much and that will love you, like, you have to take care of yourself. It is not negotiable. And I know those words mean nothing to a lot of people who are watching this. And I don't mean that in a mean way. I mean that in a factual way. Like, they don't mean anything because they're like, I don't know how the fuck to do that. And I get that. I can't necessarily give you advice on that. I can't show you how to care for yourself when you don't know how. Just really sit with it and really think about it, because the person that you love really loves you. But you have to be prepared for that one day when they're going to be in a situation that you are in as well, and you won't be able to help them. You won't be able to get them out because you can't get yourself out. And maybe you're already in it. Maybe you both were in it the entire time. So be the first one to try to get yourself out. All right, okay. I hope you enjoyed my bathtub talk. This was a bit of a different video than I anticipated. I anticipated it being a cooking video, but now it's a deep chat in a bathtub. If you have any ideas for videos that I should do, because I have zero ideas and I just go off the top of my head and hopefully it works. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy your night, your morning, your whatever. Yeah. Good talk. All right. See you in a bit. Bye.